Hello everyone, welcome to my tutorial. So let's visit the one-to-one relationship again. On the left hand side, you can see that we have defined the member class, which is an entity represented by member table. And we are going to have a one-to-one relationship mapped by is member, and then we have defined the member profile. And then on the right hand side, we have the member profile class is an entity defined by the member profile in table, and then we have again annotation 1-to-1, and we are saying that it's a joint column is member ID, and then we have defined the private member and the instance is member. So the question is that where to put mapped by. Okay, so that means where we are going to put this one mapped by, and where we are going to put the join column. Okay, this is something important. Remember that this is a one-to-one relationship, and the member one-to-one is a member profile. Now look at the relationship over here. If we don't have a member, then the member profile is of no use, right? But if we don't have the member profile, still the member is okay. All right, so we can say that this one is dependent and this one is independent, or we can say this is the parent. Okay, now we have to, that's why, so once we define the relationship one-to-one and which one is the dependent and which one is the independent, and then we can put the join column on this dependent table. Okay, so the dependent table with the join column is saying that, okay, look for the member ID, and this is how the two entities are related to. Okay, so the member ID is a primary key over here, and member ID is a foreign key over here. So join column, so let's join these two tables with the column member ID, and then I have defined over here the member, which is a independent class over here, and then on the independent side I'm saying just the mapped by what? Mapped by this member. Okay, mapped by this member, defined where? Defined in this member profile class. Okay, now let's look into the Java code, how it looks like. And over here you can see that this is the member profile, which is a dependent one, entity annotation, table annotation. This is the primary key annotation, which is the serial number, and then we have defined this column. So the database column name is member ID, and this is member ID, and we can see over here that one-to-one, and then join column is member ID, and then we are defining the member object over here. And if we look over here in the member class, the member class is having this one-to-one mapped by what? Mapped by the member defined where? Defined over here. Okay, mapped by defined over here. So int and of course this is what? This is the entity annotation, and table is member. Okay, so that's all about the one-to-one relationship, and we'll see into the actual code. I mean, in the operation, like how it looks like. You can see some other annotations over here, but we are going to cover those later on. That's all for today. Thank you.